Matthew Dellavedova in the backcourt. Dellavedova, St. Mary's all-time assist leader, and Steve, he averages 15 points, shoots 45%, plus 7 assists.
I think the most surprising thing about Dellavedova, if you haven't played against him, is his strength. People just bounce off him. He gets into the lane, and everything St. Mary's does is really geared towards getting him penetration. And they've got scorers on the perimeter with Page and Steindl and Jones. What's interesting here today, Marv, is that Purdue has really downsized. I mean, this is not the traditional Purdue team anyway, really not much down low, but they are going really small. Robbie Hummel playing center, and the matchup between Hummel and Waldo, very interesting, particularly at the other end of the floor. Waldo will not be able to guard Hummel, so we'll see how Randy Bennett plays it.
Dellavedova with the ball. Just underway. St. Mary's 27-5 during the regular season. This is Jones. Rebounded by Hummel. The officials Scott Thornley, Raymond Matilli, and Jeffrey Anderson. Lewis Jackson handles. 5'9" senior out of Decatur, Illinois.
And Waldo's going to guard Terone Johnson, so there's your answer. Johnson, a decent three-point shooter. He's made 21 of them on the year. But I think Randy Bennett feels comfortable with Waldo guarding him and cutting off penetration in the lane.
Jones kicking it out to Page for 3. Rebounded by Johnson. The Boilermakers 21-12, 10-8 in the Big Ten, making their 26th appearance in the NCAA, including the last 6 seasons. 3-point attempt off the mark, attempted by Terone Johnson.
It's going to be important for him to make a couple of those. If he does, he can get Waldo off the floor. Otherwise, at this end, Waldo will have a major rebounding advantage. He's not a guy they'll go into offensively, but if he's on the weak side, he can pick up a lot of cheap points on offensive rebounds.
Jones called for steps. Rob Jones, 6'6" senior from San Francisco, who's had 19 double-doubles, among the leaders in that department in the nation. And the head coach of St. Mary's, Randy Bennett, in his 11th season, 2-time conference head coach of the year. Nice spin move. Terone Johnson, sophomore out of Indianapolis.
That's a tough matchup for Waldo. And Randy Bennett has the ability to size down himself, but I think he wants to give it a couple of minutes to see if Waldo can take advantage at this end.
Hummel pulls it down. Oh, you see the speed of Lewis Jackson.
Yeah, he is a jitterbug, and that's the advantage for Purdue by playing small. Purdue has 3-point shooters all over the floor, and it's going to give some driving lanes to Jackson and the other Boilermaker players.
Dellavedova being played by Bird. Dellavedova with a deep 3.
No messing around from Dellavedova. He read the situation. Purdue was really packed in the lane. So he launched from 3. He's made 59 of them on the year, 36%. So he is very capable out there.
Nice crossover move by Johnson, and he draws the foul.
Dellavedova, his first option is really to go to the hole. That's what he wants to do. But if you back off him, he can knock that down, as he just showed there.
Number 0, Terone Johnson, shooting 2.
Terone Johnson at the line, only a 41% free throw shooter. Well, you can watch every 2012 March Madness game live on your computer, iPad, iPhone, or select Android phones with NCAA March Madness Live. Visit ncaa.com/March Madness for more information. St. Mary's with 4 players from Australia, 1 from Lithuania, 1 from Trinidad. And over the last 4 years, as Dellavedova's off the mark, I should say over the last 10 years, they've had 11 players from Australia, including Patty Mills, who played for the Portland Trailblazers in the NBA. Foul was called on Hummel. Now Travis Carroll, who had been in the starting lineup, checks in along with Anthony Johnson, a freshman out of Chicago.
Well, Randy Bennett has developed a pipeline through Australia, and it's so important when you're at a small school to try to find your niche. You have to win a certain way. You have to win with a certain kind of player. As Page can't get the leaner to go. But what an advantage for Randy Bennett to really enjoy that connection to Australia, because these are talented players and they grow up in a really disciplined developmental system in Australia. They come out very team-oriented, tough, as Steindl, another Australian, knocks down the jumper. So the effect is you end up with some talent, but you also end up with a very mature, team-oriented group of guys, and it's been very effective for Randy Bennett.
And several of the players from Australia have been members of the Australian national team, including Steindl and Dellavedova, which adds to that maturity. Waldo able to pull it down. Here's Dellavedova. Nice pass underneath. Waldo was pushed, so he will head to the line.
Waldo, just a freshman, he will get a lot better, but this is what this club does right here. They move the ball and they share it, and it doesn't matter who takes the shot, but they've got multiple players who can score. And I think that's maybe the edge that St. Mary's has in this game. I think they have more players who can attack the rim and create a play, because you've got guys like Page. We'll see Stephen Holt in a little bit. Steindl can make a play, and Rob Jones can also put the ball on the floor. This Purdue team limited in terms of really creating offense off the dribble.
Game is tied at 6. Earlier today, Florida knocking off Virginia. They overwhelmed Virginia. And in that major upset, Norfolk State defeating Missouri 86-84. A huge upset. Missouri ranked 3rd in the country in both polls. Ron Johnson with his first field goal.
Anthony Johnson, just a freshman, but he will be counted on heavily in the next few years by Purdue. Very talented player. He'll take on a much bigger role after the graduation of Hummel, Jackson, and Ryan Smith.
Timeout, Purdue by 2.
What? You got a dog?
Yeah, he's a rescue dog. Name's Wego.
What kind of name is that?
Call him.
Here we go.
No. Yep.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Thank you. Here we go.
It's the sure sign of a good time. Just right taste of Bud Light. Here we go.
I'm home.
Oh. Where were you?
I was just in the car.
Oh, the car. What's that on your collar?
Oh, tie?
Why do you seem happy?
I'm not.
Come here.
Okay.
Mint. Wow.
I had a shamrock shake.
I hate you.
And I got one for you, too.
I love you.
The magical minty flavor you covet with all your heart. McCafe Shamrock Shake from McDonald's. The simple joy of
mint.
It's so nice to spend time just you and me.
I know. This is great.
You know, I feel like... Did you just check the game on your phone?
What? No. What am I, like some kind of summoner who can just summon footage to his phone like that? Come on.
I guess I'm just a little oversensitive. It's just that you and
Yes.
Only AT&T's network lets your iPhone download 3 times faster. AT&T.
It's March. It's time to play ball. It's a time for upsets and comebacks and miracles. It's when you go with the favorites, but fall in love with Cinderella. It's March. It's time to bring the crazy. Best Buy is here to help you find your perfect TV. And with our Perfect Match promise, if it's not your perfect match, we'll pick it up and take it back for free. Plus, with the purchase of select LG TVs, you'll get a free sound bar, the space-saving way to get even bigger sound. Do March right at Best Buy.
aggressive new styling, a more fuel-efficient turbocharged engine, and a completely redesigned interior. The new C-Class, with over 2,000 refinements. It's amazing, inside and out. The C-Class starts at just $34,800.
Terone Johnson in New York. Not only is Michigan losing on TNT to Ohio, but Duke is trailing Lehigh in a game on CBS. That's C.J. McCollum, who's got 8 points. It's a 4-point lead as we send you back to Omaha. Marv.
Thank you, Ernie. Just underway here in Omaha with our nightcap action. Forced move by Brad Waldo. Last season of the NCAA, Purdue lost to Virginia Commonwealth in the round of 32. They are not usually an opening round underdog. They're the 10th seed in St. Mary's, number 7. Terone Johnson, once again. Purdue's coaching staff, it should be pointed out, does not mind that they are the lower seed. They want their players challenged, feeling hungrier.
Well, this is not a traditional Matt Painter team. He normally likes to pound the ball inside and beat you up a little bit physically, but he doesn't have that kind of personnel. So he's really done a great job of mixing and matching with this club and finding ways to win. You look at the 13 consecutive opening round wins the Purdue teams have had. This will be a good matchup today. Clint
Steindl. It's saved in the backcourt by Dellavedova. He lost the handle. Here's Johnson. Tip is missed. And Steindl is on it.
Stephen Holt has checked in for the first time for St. Mary's, the sophomore, who's actually missed the last 5 games with a knee injury. Very talented player as Steindl misses the jumper.
Holt, bothered by a sprained knee, missed the conference tournament. Hummel for 3.
Robbie Hummel for 3.
Shoots 37% from 3, and that's his first field goal.
Well, slow start here for St. Mary's, and you wonder if the 10-day layoff, maybe 11 days now since their WCC tourney championship win. I wonder if that's a factor here. Jones misses on the 3. They just do not look like themselves. This is normally a really good offense that plays with a lot of pace, a lot of rhythm, but they are not there yet.
7 unanswered points by the Boilermakers. Smith was a 3-point attempt, rebounded by Steindl.
And Purdue is going to live and die with those threes. I mean, that's how they have to score in this game, and actually most games. They just don't have the inside presence.
Jones tried to get it on the hop, broken up by Smith, and a foul as he hit the floor. Well, just moments ago, standing ovation for some members of the Norfolk State squad that pulled off the big upset over Missouri.
I notice the Kansas fans seem to be cheering especially loudly right now, but what a moment for those kids. They played pretty much the perfect game. I mean, they couldn't have been any better. And under the most pressure, under the big spotlight, they came through.
Talking about the 3-point shooting by Purdue, as a team, they shoot 38% and set a school record with 271 made threes. The officials checking with each other in the foul called on St. Mary's.
Well, they've got some really good shooters with Hummel, of course, who made 65 threes. Ryan Smith made 88. He shoots 44%. Bird made 61 of them. So that's how they have to score. They've got to execute offensively. They've got to space the floor and free themselves up and each other up for threes. And the other thing they don't do, Marv, they don't turn the ball over. In fact, they average fewer than 9 turnovers per game. Hummel, meanwhile, is going to get called for the foul, or is it Marchus?
Sandy Marchus, who just came on, picks it up. He's a sophomore out of Croatia.
So Purdue is not going to beat itself. They're going to compete. And they're going to make shots. St. Mary's is going to have to play well here to win.
Open shot missed by Jones, but it is tipped home.
Painter thought it was offensive interference. The officials.
Well, apparently they say it is Jones gets credit.
Oh, they gave him the 3 then. Okay.
Hummel off balance, rebounded by Jones.
Interesting matchups going on. A lot of mismatches, cross matches on the perimeter. Lewis Jackson, the jitterbug, being guarded by Mitchell Young on that possession.
Dellavedova with the alley-oop, and the follow is put home by Mitchell Young.
Well, Dellavedova wants to go right. That's his strong hand. Purdue sent him left, but he still managed to get back to the right. And that's how clever he is with the ball. And when he gets into the paint, usually good things happen.
The Purdue lead is down to 2 as we approach the halfway mark of this first half. Page moves into traffic. Foul is called.
St. Mary's foul on number 3, Mitchell Young.
And it's on Mitchell Young. Timeout taken. We'll be right back.
Aggressive new styling, a more fuel-efficient turbocharged engine, and a completely redesigned interior. The new C-Class, with over 2,000 refinements. It's amazing, inside and out. The C-Class starts at just $34,800.
You don't have to be Irish or even wear green. This St. Paddy's Day weekend, we'll all feel lucky. Come in and get free fries with Green Heinz. All St. Paddy's Day weekend, March 17th and 18th, only at Burger King.
Here comes the play. Goodman at the free throw line. Jumper.
Hey, Steven, what kind of tree is that?
Oh, it's my ticket oak. Go say hi.
Hi, Ticket Oak.
Hi, Ben.
Can I get 4 tickets to this weekend's game? What? I love you, Ticket Oak.
I love you too, Ben.
I love you so much.
Not everyone has a Ticket Oak, but everyone can use StubHub. StubHub, where do you want to sit?
An airline has planes and people. And the planes can seem the same, so it comes down to the people. Because bad weather, the price of oil, those are every airline's reality. And solutions won't come from 500 tons of metal and a paint job. They'll come from people. Delta people, who made us one of the biggest airlines in the world, and then decided that that wasn't enough.
Welcome back to Omaha, where they've corrected the score. Purdue now leads by 3. Marv mentioned the international connection on the St. Mary's team, but they also have a player by way of Creighton here in Omaha. Now, Kenton Walker spent 2 seasons playing for the Blue Jays. He's been answering all the tourist questions and also identifying the points of interest. Marv, on your day off tomorrow, he recommends the Union Railroad Museum, the Omaha Zoo, right here in the Century League Center. He said the Mutual of Omaha exhibit, and also that bridge that looks like it's going to nowhere. Actually, you can walk to Iowa. Back to you.
Is he talking about Alaska?
A bridge to nowhere?
Yeah. Steve and I will be there, Craig. You mentioned they changed the score. The three-pointer originally credited to Rob Jones. They changed to a two-pointer, so it is now 13-10 Purdue.
And if you're wondering, the referees are not allowed to review whether there was offensive interference on the play or not. So they can only review whether it's a 2 or a 3.
St. Mary's in the white, Purdue in the black. Halfway through this first half. Stephen Holt and Jones for 3. It is a jump ball possession arrow going in the direction of Purdue.
Here's the play we were talking about. Jones shoots the 3. It bounces. It's clearly on the cylinder. That should have been no basket. Mitchell Young with the tip in, but because they reviewed the actual tip, they had to change it to 2 points. But again, you're not allowed to reverse the call on an offensive interference.
Terone Johnson getting inside, so Purdue now leads by 5.
It's interesting. Purdue has kind of turned the game inside out. You've got the 2 Johnsons penetrating and scoring inside, and then they've got the big men, Hummel and Bird, on the perimeter looking to shoot 3s. So St. Mary's has to stay in front of these guards and keep them out of the paint.
Nice pass. Jackson tried to protect that shot. A host of close games going on in this second round play in the NCAA as you look up at our scoreboard. Oh, way off. The attempt by Jordan Page from the left side of the circle. And a foul is called. Foul on Jackson of Purdue.
Well, Matt Painter has done his homework, because if you talk to coaches in the WCC, they'll tell you that the way to beat St. Mary's is to really attack off the dribble. They'll try to get in you on the perimeter. So if you can put the ball on the floor and get past them into the lane, you can cause a lot of problems. That's what's happened to them in their poor games and their losses. And Purdue, particularly the 2 Johnsons, are really getting inside that lane.
Kenton Walker has come out for the first time for St. Mary's. Dellavedova with another deep 3 attempt, and it's put home on the follow by Stephen Holt.
Holt has not played in a basketball game since February 15th. That was his last game. He injured his knee that night, so it's been a good month for him. He has practiced well this week, but the game must be going pretty fast for him right now. He's got to get his legs under him and find his rhythm.
Foul called on the Gales of St. Mary. Rob Jones picking up his first. And now Bo Levesque, sophomore out of Lafayette, California, making his first appearance, coming on for St. Mary's. Rob Hummel returns for Purdue.
And I think a good move by Randy Bennett to take Jones out for a couple of minutes here. He's taken 4 3-pointers to this point. I think that's too much. You know, he's capable of making a 3, but he's 28%. So he should be using his body and trying to get inside for better looks rather than launching from 3.
Hummel for 3. St. Mary's looking for a travel. The ball is deflected out. And it will be St. Mary's ball when we come back with just under 8 left, first half.
Daddy, where's Brutus sleepy tonight?
In his doghouse, honey, like he always does.
But Mommy said you were.
Infinity Personal Assistant, how may I assist you, Mr. Cole?
Yes, I forgot my anniversary. Any chance you can get me into Veneto tonight?
Not a problem. 7:30?
Yeah, that's great.
Sending directions now.
Introducing the Infinity JX, the only car in America with a complimentary live personal assistant available anytime, anywhere. Infinity, inspired performance.
As a chef, we are always committed to our suppliers. You know, those farmers, those foragers, those fishermen.
Fast frogs eggs left on 2 lobsters, chef.
For me, it's really about building this extraordinary community. American Express is passionate about the same thing. They're one of those partners that I would really rely on, whether it's finding new customers or a new location for my next restaurant. When we all come together, my restaurants, my partners, and the community, amazing things happen. To me, that's the membership effect.
So you guys are all about know-how. What do you know about the piston connecting rods in my 04 Mustang?
Ford made a running change in 2004, swapped out the 3.8-liter Essex V6 for the 3.9. The bore remained unchanged. The pistons are the same, but they increased the length of the stroke a few millimeters. So the difference in the lengths of the rods depends on whether your Mustang was made in the fall of 2003 or the spring of 04.
Wow, from way downtown. Booyah! This is his house, guys.
Napa know-how. Hurry into Napa. Get a free basketball with purchase of $25 or more.
At the World Beer Cup, Miller Lite has won gold 4 times for Best American Style Light Lager. Is it because it's a true Pilsner that's hopped 3 times and never watered down? Why don't you taste for yourself?
Looking through a lens of gold, only with my naked eye.
Refresh your home this spring with Lowe's Creative Ideas magazine. Inspiration on every page. Now available free for iPad on the App Store. Lowe's, never stop improving.
And now the Lowe's Senior Class Award. Zach Novak is only the second 3-time captain in Michigan history. He shoots 50% from the field and reads to elementary school kids in Ann Arbor. Vote for the nation's most outstanding senior student athlete at seniorclassaward.com.
Back in Omaha, look at our tournament summary and a couple of good ones. Today we saw the 5th upset in history by a 15 seed over the 2nd seed, Norfolk State, knocking off Missouri in a thriller 86-84. Creighton, which makes its home here in Omaha, first tournament win since back in 2002 as they defeat Alabama. And following Purdue and St. Mary's, we have Kansas and Detroit. St. Mary's during the season, a very good shooting team at 48%. Not the story thus far in the first half. 5 for 20 and only 1 of 10 from beyond the 3-point line.
Purdue has done a really nice job defensively, just keeping Dellavedova out of the lane for the most part.
Hummel gets the hop.
He's got a really nice in-between game, able to put the ball on the floor once or twice, knock down those mid-range shots. Tough matchup for anybody.
Rebounded by Hummel. Another 3-point miss, this time by Levesque. Johnson getting it inside. And Marchuch was fouled. Foul committed by Walker. Let's check in with Craig Sager. Craig.
Well, Steve was mentioning the layoff and St. Mary's not playing since their conference championship back on March 5th, trying to get the rust off. Actually, they tried to schedule a game on March 9th after the conference tournament before the NCAAs against Cal State Northridge. However, it was ruled that they had already played too many games, but it is something they had done 3 times in the past with an early season conference tournament, a long layoff. They actually got permission to schedule a game in between, but this year it was turned down because they'd already played too many.
All right, Craig, sometimes when those conference tournaments finish early, it can hurt a club. You never know what the effect is going to be. Butler ran into that because the Horizon League conference tournament usually ends earlier than the other conference tournaments.
We saw it with BYU the other night in Dayton in the first 4. Iona just blitzed them the first 15 minutes. Looked like BYU was asleep. They're in the West Coast Conference as well. And when we talked to Randy Bennett yesterday, he said it's a very delicate situation.